Okay guys, real quick here, I don't know, see if you can see that very good or not, but I'll lift it up. Dill pickles. You'll have to excuse the mess, I've had children helping me today. I put a teaspoon of dried dill in the jar with 2 cloves of garlic in each jar. I washed the cucumbers and quarter them, cut the ends off. I mean, you don't have to cut the ends off, but that's just personal preference. And then we'll fill the jars, and I'll give you the recipe for the brine that goes in them. Okay, to fill the jars, I just lay the jars on the side and just start stacking them in. I found that stacking the jars this way, as opposed to having them just stand up straight up and down, you can get a lot more cucumbers in the jars. Just give them a good shake there and get them all settled in nice and purty like. And when I put this video up, I'll go ahead and put the recipe on the video with the brine. I mean, if you like good old-fashioned garlic dill pickles, this is definitely the recipe that you want. You'll have to adjust it depending upon your however many jars of pickles that you're going to do. And don't be worried about as far as getting them packed in there. You want to pack them in there pretty tight because they will shrink a little bit. Just push them right in there good. Give them a little shake, maybe try to loosen them up a little. That looks pretty good for there. I'm down to all my short cucumbers now, so I'll go ahead and get the other jar filled up and be right back with you. Okay, so when it comes to filling your jars, be careful you don't burn yourself here. I better put that disclaimer on. Hopefully this video comes out alright. Now when I fill it up fairly full on the first go round here to about a half inch or so from the top. We'll probably have to top it off a little bit more here, but give you an extreme close-up here. So we just continue filling your jars until you have about a half inch of headspace. Alright, be right back with you. Alright, make sure you take a rag. By the way, I love these microfiber towels. Just hang on to the jar. Plastic butter knife if you have one. I keep this around just for this purpose. Just go down through them, through the cucumbers, to make sure you get as much of the air out as you can get. And go ahead and do that on all your jars. I only do 2-3 jars at a time doing this. That way everything stays nice and warm and everything. I apologize if we're having bad light here, but it's one of those days. So I'll go ahead and get the lids on and be right back with you. Alright, so you just put your flats on when you're done. Screw them down pretty tight. And I've got them topped off. So we'll get them in the hot water bath here for 15 minutes. And let me get them put over there and I'll come right back. Okay, so I got these in the, what I have them in is just my regular pressure canner without the lid, but it has the bottom in it, so they're not sitting on the bottom of the pan. Learned that lesson the hard way just actually a little while ago. was using one of my big pots and sat it down in there and blew the bottom out of a jar. So 15 minutes in the hot water bath, just like this, and then we'll take them out and let them rest. We'll be right back here in a little bit. Okay folks, I got one more in the hot water bath right now, but as you can see there's 5 right there. You take them out of the hot water bath and just set them up here on the counter on a towel, let them cool. Then you'll start to hear them seal as they cool. Now, here's something really important. If they do not seal within 24 hours, fine and dandy. Just take them and throw them in the fridge. After you, once they do seal, what I do is I write down the date that I did them on the top, or else I'll write down the date that they'll be ready. In this case it is August 6th, so 6 weeks from now, roughly the 15th or 20th of September, they'll actually be ready to eat. The longer they sit in the brine, I usually like to wait until mine are, you know, a couple, 3 months or so, and then they will really be good. I have one in the fridge that I'll get out for you that didn't seal. I actually did in a pint, and I'll get that out here and give that a show to you. Okay, as you can see, this was a pint jar, and there isn't very many in there because we've actually been sampling them. These would have been ready September 1st. This was one of the first ones that I did. This is just pieces and ends and small ones. We've been sampling it already as the time goes on. Let me tell you, they are super good. So get some more time on them and they'll really be good. So I appreciate you watching, and I'll go ahead and get the recipe to this put up on YouTube also. I'll probably put it down in the comments or down the section down there below, but I'll read it off to you real quick in case I forget. 3 cups of water, 2 cups of white vinegar, and 1/4 cup of pickling salt. Just put that in a saucepan, bring it to a boil. Once it's to a boil, just put it down to a simmer, and once it's down there, it's down to a simmer, you can start using it. Like I said, you can adjust that recipe. I usually double it at least, depending upon how many cucumbers I have to do. So thanks for watching.